Hi, so this video is going to be on effortless or ultimate striking power. So it's going to be how to throw the hardest, most effective punch you can possibly do. If you don't understand or agree with anything that I'm going to say in this video, you're a fucking moron, and just turn it off right now and go somewhere else. This is the absolute highest possible martial arts or kung fu teaching that is possible over video format, and so if you don't recognize it as such, you're an idiot, right? So with what the trampoline is doing in terms of your striking power is connecting you to your striking power the exact same way that swim fins connects you to water, right? So that connection with water is what enables somebody to swim really, really fast. An Olympic swimmer is connecting with the water exactly like the average person connects with the water using fins, except the Olympic swimmer can do it with no gear or no equipment. But the fins lets anybody have that perfect fluidic connection to where you're really able to just effortlessly and professionally propel yourself through the water. And most people can do that with like very little training. Like with a big set of fins, almost anybody can go as fast as a professional swimmer. But the professional swimmer is doing the exact same thing, right? So it's a balance thing, right? And the pros have the balance innately, and then the amateurs can do that exact same thing, but with just a small amount of equipment. So with the trampoline here, we're using the trampoline as that small amount of equipment that connects us to the mass or the inertia that is like a perfect punch. The same way that the fins connect you to the water, which is like connects you to the thing that lets you do perfect swimming or perfect stroke. In the exact same way with striking, the trampoline is going to be doing that exact same thing and connecting us to that energy with which we want to throw the strike. So we're using the trampoline to like really find it and to really consciously understand like exactly what's going on and why hard hits hit hard. So a lot of people can hit hard, but the theory about why they're hitting hard is sometimes a little clouded. This will just let you, like, you'll kind of intuitively know what I'm talking about. This will let you like more clearly understand what you're doing or what you're trying to accomplish. So when with you're really just trying to traction into the water, and so using the trampoline, you'll find that full body feel is way easier to find and to stay with. And because it's so easy to find and stay with, that's why you're able to like jump so high and do flips and stuff like that. Your grounding and your balance on a trampoline is much more engaged than normal, and that's why you're capable of like acrobatic tricks. So but nobody notices that same boost that you have in jumping on a trampoline is there for all weight shifts, including the striking weight shift. So we use the trampoline to make sure that the weight shift is perfect. The same way that you can use fins to make sure your kick is perfect, you can use the trampoline to find and to really, it's there. It's really easy to find there on a trampoline. And so it's very easy to dial in exactly where that centering is that you need for an awesome punch. The same way that the fins let you dial in and feel where the water is for that good freestyle stroke. So if you're not understanding what I'm saying, go swim with and without fins, right? That's a great way to find, where you're coming from. And so most of the time when you receive instruction, they'll be like, oh, well, put your arm here, keep your elbow there, elbow whatever. The same way that people teach swimming, versus if you put the fins on, you just feel the water the way that you're supposed to feel the water. And so fins are instructive. People get better by doing fin training because the fin training instructs them proprioceptively where they need to be, like where the water is. It lets them feel what the water is doing much, much further from beyond their body. But the only thing that's making them better with the fins is that they're feeling what the water is doing beyond the body. And so you just get good from being able to feel and look at it. You're able to feel the correct position with the fins. You're able to feel the correct position with the trampoline. And then you can consciously like look for it and to like know what it is, and know what it is that's making you effective in any particular situation. Right. And so this is the problem with equipment. In that if you try and use it like for real, it's pretty stupid because it's just like a vulnerability. So like all these different techniques that people use for finding their center, like if you use it as a thing, it's a little bit like taking a trampoline to a boxing match. It's like absurd. And so that's how absurd it is to take a technique into a fight. The technique is identical to any way that you're going to think about something. It's going to be identical and like confusing that situation as a trampoline is. Like this is not a natural environment, the trampoline. And so people can disturb it. This can wear out faster than my body. If I use a technique, it's generally the same as like having a trampoline. So there's, wise uses of techniques, but the instant that they get like identified with and taken around, it's like having oh, I can punch really hard on a trampoline. So it's like you try and like it's not it might help you punch really hard, but it's like not it's not a thing that you're gonna do in a fight. And so I've said that in all of my videos on striking, and I just still people again like telling me come in here and like talking about how the technique is wrong and all this other bullshit. And like I'm not talking about the technique in any of the videos. And you're too stupid to understand what I'm talking about. It's going over your head, and it's wild watching people like respond, or it's wild watching people encounter ideas that are over their head. It drives them insane. And so, but I mean, it's like hitting with it's just easy like the same way that swimming with fins is easy. And so with a trampoline, you do have the ability to very easily find entirely perfect striking form. And so you can just, use the trampoline to find it, and then get off of it and feel the same thing. Look for the springiness inside your own body. And that's really, I mean, you could get stretch bands and tie them to your hands. And that would help too.